Alright, so today we're going to be doing more with function notation, and you're going to see a lot of substitution. Basically, you're going to read these from right to left. So like if you look at these problems down here, it says here's equation f, here's equation g. In the first set, they want you to do f of g of 2. So the way you would say it is f of g of 2. Okay, so they want you to take that number, right? If you're given a number, you're going to take this number, plug it into whatever equation you see here, get an answer, and then you're going to substitute it into this equation. So it's like a two-step problem. So whatever number you see here, you're going to start by putting that into g of x. So what is g of x? G of x is 2x minus 1. But they don't want you to use x, they want you to replace x with the number 2. So now 2 times 2 is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. Now I'm going to take that answer, right? Once I get this answer, I'm going to do a second step, and I'm going to put that into equation f. So now we're going to put this in f of x, we're replacing the x. So instead of saying x squared minus 3, we're going to do something squared minus 3, and we're taking that answer, which was 3. So 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 3 is 6. So if they ask you to substitute in a number, you should get a number as your answer. So same thing here. This number is what we're going to start off with in equation f. Equation f is x squared minus 3. So instead of x, we're replacing negative 4. So negative 4 squared is 16. 16 minus 3 is 13. All right, that's part 1. Now we need to put this into that equation, g of x. Okay, so where's g of x? G of x is 2x minus 1. And instead of x, we're replacing with the answer we just found. So 2 times 13 is 26, and 26 minus 1 is 25. So your final answer is 25. Okay, so hopefully these explanations help you. This now wants the exact same problems, same equations, except this time they want you to do g of x. So we'll go back up to here. So f of g of x means to take the g of x, and you're going to take that whole thing and put it into f. All right, so what is g of x? G of x is 2x minus 1. They want you to put this into this equation. So it's really like a one-step problem, right? But you're substituting a whole expression as opposed to a number. We're putting this in for f of x. So f of x was x squared minus 3. So they want us to replace the x with this. So we've done substitution before. We're just taking that whole expression and you're putting it in here. Okay, so you just have to be careful. So what is 2x minus 1 squared? It means multiply it by itself. So I'm going to FOIL. 2x times 2x, that's 4x squared. Outer times outer is negative 2x. Inner times inner is negative 2x, and last times last is plus 1. Right, so I have 4x squared minus 4x plus 1, but I also have that minus 3. So 4x squared minus 4x minus 2. That's my overall answer. Just make sure that everything is combined, any like terms, put it in descending order, and then you're all done. All right, so you're always reading from right to left. So f of x, we need to put into g of x. So what is f of x? F of x is x squared minus 3. We want to put that into g of x. So what is g of x? G of x is 2x minus 1. But they don't want you to use x. They want you to put this expression in here. So I'm going to replace the x with x squared minus 3. So all I want to do is distribute a 2 times everything. So 2x squared, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. And I'm going to bring down my negative 1. Then if I combine my like terms, I get 2x squared minus 7. So usually if you have f of g of x, you're going to still have x's in it. Now, maybe all your x's would cancel out, but typically you're going to have x's still in there. All right, so flip over to the back. We're going to do the exact same thing, except now they give you 3 different functions to look at, f, g, and h. So pay attention. So this one, they want you to take the number 4 and put it into equation g. G says x plus 3, but they don't want you to use x, they want you to use 4. So this gives me 7. What are we going to do with this now? We're going to put it into equation F. Okay, so what was equation F? Negative 2x squared plus 3x minus 4. Take the 7 and replace all your x's with 7. Now, this is kind of long, so maybe we can use our calculator. Right? There's nothing wrong with using your calculator, so we got negative 2 times 7 squared minus 3 times 7 minus 4. So we have negative 123. Oh, that's a plus. Sorry. Never mind. Negative 81. That's better. Alright, next one, number 6. Start with negative 2 and we put it into equation F. Equation F was this long one, right? Instead of x, we're replacing that x with what number? Negative 2. Okay, so let's do it in our calculator and see if we do it right this time. Okay, so I get negative 18. That's my first answer. But that's like only the first part of the problem. Because now they want you to take that answer, put this into equation H. Okay, so equation H says negative 5x minus 2. We don't want to use x anymore. We want to replace it with negative 18. So negative 5 times negative 18 minus 2 gives me 88. Right, and pay attention to which equation you're using. Right? This one we only used H and F. This one used F and G. And you're obviously plugging in different numbers each time. Okay, so same equations as before. This time you're doing F of G of X. So start with G of X. G of X says X plus 3. Where do they want us to put this into? Put it into equation F. Okay, so what does equation F say? It says x squared plus 4. But they don't want us to use x. They want us to replace x with this quantity, x plus 3. Okay, so from here you should know how to do the math. We just need to square something, so we're multiplying it by itself. Okay, so if you need to use the box method, feel free to use the box method. Right, x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9. So that's x squared plus 6x plus 9. Right, but don't forget you also still have this plus 4. So really it's x squared plus 6x plus 13. Alright, last one. Take this equation, put it in here. So what's equation f of x? That's x squared plus 4. Put that into h of x. Now, you don't have to write all this out, but if that helps you understand what the problem is asking, then certainly go ahead and do that. So what's equation h? It's negative 5x minus 2. We don't want to use x anymore. We're taking this whole quantity, putting it in here. X squared plus 4. All right, so negative 5 times this, we're just distributing. Negative 5x squared minus 20, and we'll bring down our minus 2. So combine my like terms, and I get negative 5x squared minus 22. I'm all done. All right, so I'm trying to do this for this unit. Remind you that if you have any questions, write those down. If you have a particular problem that you need help on, circle it or put a star next to it, and then ask about it tomorrow when you get to class.